FIFA 21 has finally arrived, and if you guys want to get some cheap and reliable coins, check out buyfifacoins.com. I'm going to have a link in the description down below. Use Fangs for a 5% discount. If you guys and gals haven't got a chance to yet, check out my OnlyFans. I'll have a link in the description down below. I have daily content, and it's a ton of fun. I'll see you there. Hey guys, how's it going? It is Fangs, and as you can tell by the title of the video, I spent a big day yesterday in the emergency room. And luckily I'm here and I'm fine, but unfortunately I had an incident. So I stream on Facebook. If you guys haven't got to check it out, when this video goes live, I'll be live on Facebook, link in the description down below. And also because my medical bills are going to be crazy, if you want to check out my OnlyFans, daily content support there, that'd be great, link in the description down below. So I'm on stream. And I am sitting there chilling, opening packs, and I start to notice that like the left side of my face starts kind of tingling, and I was like, that's really weird. And I was like, I feel weird. And I'd had a Red Bull before, and then I had this Red Bull that's still left over. Literally, it's probably like up to here in the Red Bull, and I was like, yeah, I just feel really strange. I had been sick the last like 5 or so days. I don't have COVID, been tested so many times for it, and my brain hates me for it because it's just like shoving things up your nose. But I had a sinus infection, so I'd been coughing a lot, and I was like, maybe it's because I'm coughing. I don't really know. And so I ended up continuing on, opening the packs, not caring, just kind of like making comments like, my face feels weird, I feel weird. And then I started playing a game, and I was winning, so I wasn't like super stressed by any means. And then I started noticing it was like going down my neck, and then it kind of went like into my arm. And I was like, okay, this feels really weird. Like my neck is numb, my arm is numb. It's all on the left side. I guess that's like the heart attack side because obviously it hurts right there. And I kind of I forgot about this. I had like a little bit of a headache right here on this side of my head. But I had a headache the whole time I had that cold because of my sinuses. So I didn't think about that. But people in the stream were like, you know what? You probably should check this out. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have a blood pressure thing because after I had my second son, I did get a little bit of high blood pressure from pregnancy. It's called like postpartum preeclampsia or something. And I checked it and it was like 185 over 125. And I was like, oh, that looks ridiculous, but that can't be right. Like maybe it's just the cuff because that's like you're in extensive like hypertension crisis. And so I get Will, my husband, in here, and he comes in and he does it. And I mean, we found out that he also kind of has high blood pressure. He's like in the middle because it was like kind of for him. I was like, yeah, that's totally wrong. Like, no way. So I stop the stream. I go downstairs and I have a couple friends down there. I do the one where you go around your arm, and I did that. It was still really high. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to have Ginny and my friend Brittany do it. They were both over. One's my nanny and one is organizing my house. And Brittany was like, I've had a Monster today and I've had a coffee today, so mine should be terrible. And they both took it, and theirs were both beautiful. Those are both beautiful. And so it says you should, your right arm the last time. Wait, probably best redone. I don't know. Either way, they were both really good. And so my friend Brittany called her friend, and she's a nurse, and she was like, she needs to lay there for like an hour and see if it goes down. And I laid there and it kind of went down, but it didn't go down like enough. It was still like 155 over 115. So we go to urgent care, and urgent care is like, yeah, this is really high. You need to go to the emergency room. Like, this is bad. And so I'm like, what? I'm freaking out now. I mean, that's probably making it worse because I'm like, oh my God, why is it like, what is wrong? And it's still numb, and I'm starting a worse headache. And so I end up going to the emergency room, and they get me in there in their little triage room, and they're like, yeah, that's really bad. And they're like asking me all these questions about COVID, and I'm like, I got COVID test. And they're like, well, we'll test you for COVID anyway. So I had to do that. I had to do a pregnancy test. Not pregnant. And I guess that's because once we got in there and we laid down and they did all the work, and they did an EKG, which I don't really still understand what that is, but I had like a million things hooked up to me, and they were like everywhere, and they did the EKG. And then they were like, okay, we need to run more scans. And they were asking me questions like, has your heart ever skipped a beat? Which I had a heart murmur as a child that I outgrew, I guess is what it was fine, I guess. I got it checked whenever I was a senior in high school, and it seemed fine, but I do get overworked if I'm working out or something.
And they made me do all these tests with my left arm and right arm. Apparently my left side seems weaker than my right side still. And I was like, well, I mean, it's always been that way. My left hand's always been extremely weak. And I don't know why, but they didn't say anything about that toward the end. But to make sure I wasn't pregnant is because I had to get a CT scan. And in the CT scan, they put you in this thing and you're like head's in there. And then this big machine comes rolling over your head and it just starts like making this noise and it's like, woo, 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 woo. And then this thing starts circling around your head and it's kind of terrifying actually. And if I had to put I think they can do the whole body. If I had to put my whole body in there, I think I might have maybe got claustrophobic and had a panic attack. It might have been worse. But they did that and then they took me to another area and I had to like stand there and put my like boobs on this thing and like my chest and then like put my arms back and then I'd be like and breathe in and I guess I was taking pictures of my heart. So they ran that test and I'm over here. I'm by myself at this point because my husband needed to leave to be with the kids. So I'm by myself and I'm over here freaking out like, what do they think I had cancer? Like, do they even have a tumor in my brain? Like, what's happening? They're not really telling me. They do all my blood work. They're like, you probably need to get your thyroid tested because for some reason, since I had my most recent baby, I'm usually so cold all the time. Like, right now, my arm hairs would be sticking up in the coldness that's in my room, but I sweat my butt off. I'm just hot all the time. So I was like, I don't know. So they tested my thyroid. I did all this stuff, had all this blood taken. I got an IV bag, which was sick because I was pretty dehydrated in the first place. I'm just bad about drinking water. So they pumped me with the IV and I was like, woo, I'm feeling like $1,000,000. But no matter what they did, the blood pressure wouldn't really go down, like barely. The lowest it got while I was there was 180 over 105, which is still too high. But they went through and I had to sit there for like 2.5 hours. And I'm like, no, I mean, they'd come in and out and give me water and stuff, but they wouldn't really tell me what's going on. So I'm like, this is bad. This is gonna be bad. Like, they're trying to like prepare how to tell me that I have like a brain tumor or something because they looked at my brain. And the doctor finally comes in and he's like, so, and he like kind of doesn't even look like he's like happy. He's like, oh, he's about to break me the news. And he was like, everything looks great. Your heart looks great. And your brain looked amazing, you know, and there's nothing there. You didn't have a stroke. You don't have a sign of a stroke. There's no tumors or anything like that. But we got to figure out what's going on with this blood pressure. And I'm like, yeah, we need to figure out what's going on with this blood pressure because I don't want to have a stroke or hurt my heart in any way, shape, or form. And so we went through like a bunch of different questions and he pretty much brought it down to sometimes after you have a baby, which is like crazy because you do all this in your body to create a baby. And then sometimes after you have a baby, like your hormones and your body chemistry changes. So even though I've never had high blood pressure in my entire life, it's usually really low, it can change that. And I might have this now forever. And so he was like, we're going to have to put you on medicine to regulate it because even if I did diet and exercise, which I still need to do, I have to stop. I can never drink Red Bull again, ever. Well, I mean, if I did, I'm not going to die, but it's really bad for me if I drink Red Bull. So I have to stop stuff like that. For now, limit any alcohol consumption. So maybe like only a couple days or a day a week. And cut down on salty foods, I guess is what it was. Which was crazy because when I was pregnant, I literally had bottomed out blood pressure. And I had to eat salty food. They're like, have pizza, have whatever, like make it happen. And now they're like, chill. You need to chill. And then I need to start exercising more, which I kind of have gotten off my exercise plan the last couple of weeks. So it gives me more of a bump to get in there, but it was terrifying. If I'm honest, I kind of did think I had COVID because I've heard that the headaches and the blood pressure are a part of that. And I was so worried thinking that I was going to have some other problems, but it was scary. It was very scary. So I think I'm okay. I still have high blood pressure right now. I took my medicine and it's kind of gone down, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, I had a trip to the emergency room. I have not been there in ages, I guess. When's the last time? I can't even remember when the last time I've had to go to the emergency room for or what it was for. Except for whenever like I had a baby, and that's just going into labor and delivery. So I'm okay. Everything should be fine. I know some people saw it on Twitter or Instagram and they had questions. But I am fine for now. We just got to figure out how to lower my blood pressure. If you have this problem and you want to give me some tips or pointers, let me know in the comments down below. I'm at the end of this video. If you're chilling, you want to come hang out on Facebook, I'm live on Facebook keeping it calm, trying to keep it chill, hopefully not getting mad at FIFA, and or if I play Modern Warfare, not getting mad at it. But yeah, I'm just glad that everything's okay. Everything's okay. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video here today. Once again, check out my OnlyFans because the medical bill, I got my first. Now I should be able to get this covered by the type of insurance I have, but to leave the place, they made me pay like $2,700 or something like that. And I was like, Jesus! I mean, and they kept putting around tests, and I was like, oh, this is gonna cost, but only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, see you guys later.